And Dave Mathews joins us now with gadgets and gizmos and expertise. And we already have somebody wanting to take you up on the offer to share that expertise. It is Kenyon in Houston. Hi, thanks for calling in. Go ahead. Do you have a question? Oh, I know what he was going to talk about, though, and it's right here. The lovely Xbox. What do you think?
Well, I love that question. It was...
Yeah. It just said Xbox, but, you know, he's probably interested in it like a lot of folks are.
Well, let's talk about it. What they did is Sony has had the PlayStation 2, the #1 game console. Yeah. Microsoft wanted to play in that world, too. So they spent 18 months designing the Xbox, which is their attempt at a game system. And if you already have a PlayStation 2, it's only a few % better quality-wise than the PS2 is. So you might not want to spend the money on it. PC gaming, effectively, this is just a PC inside of it. So if you already have a computer and you have a great graphics card, you really don't need the Xbox. But if you are just a game junkie and you have to have certain titles like Shrek or things that are only available on the Xbox, then definitely you'll have to buy this console.
Well, yeah, it's all about marketing, as it always is, and so I'm sure a lot of kids and gamers of all ages will say, you know, gotta have it because it exists now.
That's right. But the real exciting thing is, last week I spent the week in Vegas.
That's what I hear. Comdex, huh?
Comdex. It's Geek Central. Now, attendance was a little off. There were only about 125, 130,000 people there. Normally there's 150.
Because of the traveling issues?
That's right. That's right. But I shot a lot of video, had my camera crew out there to show you the latest and greatest gadgets.
What'd you find?
Well, let's take a look here.
Let's roll tape. The first issue, or gizmo, gadget.
Now this is National Semiconductor, and that was a device called the Origami. And the Origami was a PDA, a phone combo. Now this right here, this is a Handspring Trio. And Handspring wanted to develop a device that was an all-in-one messenger, organizer. So if you carry a Palm Pilot, this is like a Palm on steroids, because you can dial the phone, you can use the little keypad. You no longer have to use graffiti, which was the language. It's a very little keypad, though. That's right, it is. But you can type with your thumbs. You can really get some great use out of it just by thumbing away. And you can dial right from your contacts. There is an on-screen dial pad as well. You can see my finger in there trying to dial with it. But you can pull up websites with this. There's favorites, so bookmarking. A lot of things you can do with a computer you can finally do in this platform. And you see that on the screen there we just saw a bunch of the one-touch dials. The earpiece flips up and it protects it as well. So like caller ID, you can see who's calling you. And you can send little email messages out to people. It's just an amazing toy. It finally, the convergence of PDA and cell phone has finally come together very well.
Okay, now Origami.
Well, the Origami is a concept piece. This was a device where it's a PDA, a video camera, a picture book, all in one. And just by folding it different ways, you can turn it into many devices. So there it is.
Hence Origami.
There's video camera mode, there's picture frame mode. You can see there's a little keyboard on this device too. But it's a little large and it's a prototype piece. But it's just to show you. You can't go out and buy this. You can't buy it yet. But just to show you that some of the thought that's going behind some of these devices.
What's power line networking?
Home PNA, which is a technology that if you have more than one computer in your house, which many people do, you either have to run cables to each computer or you have to run a wireless network, which is very expensive. Well, this is a device right here made by Netgear, and you plug your computer in one end of it, you plug the other end into the wall just like you plug anything else in, but now it's using your home wiring as the network. So no longer do you have to run cables to connect each of your computers.
Wow.
It now connects through the home wiring. And it goes at about 14 megabits, so it's pretty fast, faster than wireless technology that's available today.
Yeah.
And you see that's a switch, so you can plug 4 computers via Ethernet into that device and then plug other computers downline in different rooms of your house, and they all communicate over the power lines.
About 150 bucks, I think I saw on there. That's not too bad.
That's right, it'll be available in the spring.
Robot dogs.
Sony has come out with the Aibo dog, and at first it was just something cute. But now, this is their first generation unit. Now, this is their latest gen unit. You can see it's moving a lot faster. That's not sped up, that's real-time video. Now, this one has a little camera in his nose. You can actually remote control this from your PC. It uses this
From your PC?
Yeah, it uses 802.11b technology, which I've shown before on the show. It's a wireless transmission. You see in the background there's Sony's next generation low-cost dog. But watch this, when I put it on its side here, the Aibo has motion sensors and movement sensors, and it's a big tease too. You can see it's going to wave at us here, kind of flirting. And he knows he's on his side. he's going to get, I don't want to be on my side. I got to stand up. So look at that. He rights himself. He does a little leg dance here, does a little stretch, and gets up. Now these things have so much movement, so much flexibility, and what does your dog or cat do when it falls down? It kind of shakes it off. So not only that, this guy shakes off too. Now he's got a camera in his nose and a little light on his forehead. You're watching him do a little salute here. With his camera, he can chase those pink balls that you see on screen. Now the $1,500 is just the basics. There's tons of add-ons as well. He'll read your email to you when you get a new email. He'll follow you around the house. It's just an amazingly cool technology. And you see here, he detects my camera crew here, and he's going to wonder what's going on here. But
that is so funny.
What started as just a toy has now become a little decent utility.
Look at that.
Now here's you have a cockroach. You lay it down on its back just to torment it, right? I'm sure you do that all. Okay, maybe not you.
Yeah, I spend hours and hours.
Now, this dog is actually smarter than a cockroach because he has the ability to get back up. Now this dog, if you want to play with it, this one's only $7.99, and once again, it's a Sony dog as well. And he doesn't have all of the features that the $1,500 one does, obviously.
Of course.
But he'll still respond to 75 different commands. You can ask him to do things. You can tell him to take pictures. And I think if it'd be a little bit taller, maybe it'd be beneficial to have at a party. You could have a roving photographer and not have to pay the expense of a normal photographer.
That's amazing. Who buys those?
Somebody
does?
Yeah, there's whole cult groups on the internet of people that have written programs. Even guys that have taken your Palm Pilot and be able to communicate with the Aibo dogs via the Palm Pilot.
Amazing.
So it is just a neat technology, and it's getting better. At first I thought it was a bit of a toy, but now being able to have it come up to you and read you your email, now we're getting some...
Now we have a use.
Now we have a use.
Virtual keyboards. How does that work?
Yeah, a company called SenseBoard came out with this keyboard, and if you have a laptop, you've got a pretty big keyboard that takes a lot of the real estate. Well, what if you could wear this in your palms and maybe have eyeglasses that were your monitor, and your laptop could go on your hip? Well, now you just type in air, and you can see his fingers move a little bit.
Wait, you type in the air?
You type in the air, and these little pods from SenseBoard, they rest in your palms, and they detect the movement of your hands through that little pod there. So now you won't have to carry a laptop like we traditionally know it. You can carry the screen in your glasses, the keyboard on your hands, and the laptop on your waist, and just type in midair, and as you type, it picks up the movement of your fingers. Now it's just, once again, it's another prototype piece of a technology that we'll see in the future. But I thought it was really exciting about the future possibilities of not having to carry around a laptop, which might weigh 3-4 pounds now.
Now, if you can't type on a normal keyboard, you probably can't type on this either.
That's right. You really need to know the spacing of your keyboard. So it's gurus of typing and geeks that would want to use this at first. But voice recognition really doesn't work so well. So this is an interim measure until voice rec gets better.
Cool stuff. Dave Mathews,
Thank you.
Gadget Guy, thanks for coming by. Bye.